Sure, we won't interfere here.
Now, do you see how easy that is, man?
I'm sorry?
You see how easy that is?
Can I speak for 1 second, sir?
You see how easy that is without you having to question stuff like that.
Well,
you did that.
Question.
Well, if you look on their website, it says that they're I'm saying
I understand.
it says government office
I understand why you may think that.
because it says government office. I can show it to you if you're willing to look at it.
A good person at that. But I'm not talking about if you are good as a person. We're talking about how you conduct yourself and the decisions you make.
Picture stepping into Georgia's state capitol hallways lined with history official seals overhead when a trooper blocks your path demanding your ID on the spot citing OCGA code. You calmly explain you haven't broken any law yet. He insists you obey without question. In that tense exchange, you realize even in the people's house, your rights can be tested at every step.
Do you know what facility that you stepped into?
Absolutely.
All right, this is the Georgia Capitol building where they house the senator, the governor, the House representative, and it's ran by the troopers. So upon demand of your driver's license as stated by the OCGA code, you produce it. You don't question it.
What about?
Now, by 5 seconds, about banning you from this building, and you would never come back here.
For asking a question?
Let me see your driver's license or your ID,
Am I-
so I can scan it before you come across here.
Well, the thing is, I don't have it with me, sir.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking you.
Stand
What
over here.
is
Stand
it?
over here
Well,
right now.
Hold on, but
Sir, I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you an order. To
have
get over here.
I broken the law?
Yes, you are. You're breaking it right now. You are
What?
in a state building.
Okay.
Get over this line right now because you're crossing it without ID.
I'm not crossing. I'm right here.
Right here.
Okay, but
Thank you.
sir, you have to be nice. You don't have to talk to me like
Yes,
I'm a
I
criminal.
do.
I'm
Yes,
not
I do.
I'm not a criminal. Why are you treating me
No,
like that?
Because you're not listening. When I tell you to do something, you don't question it. Move. Before
Sir,
you,
what
listen,
about
listen.
our rights?
You have, okay, first of all, you don't have the right to walk into this building.
Yeah, we do.
But listen, without following the rules.
Well, the thing is, I already checked the rules, sir.
No, you didn't. Because I said, let me see your driver's license.
I
or
go
your
to,
ID.
sir, hold on. I don't mean to be rude to you in any way, officer, but I've been to at least 30 state capitol buildings in the past, and this is the first one
This
that I
is
get.
Georgia, and we take it seriously.
What about the Fourth Amendment? Do you take it seriously?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so I haven't committed a crime, so you don't need my ID.
No.
This is the people's building.
I
Can I
tell you
speak to
what.
your supervisor, please?
Yes, and that makes it so bad. You're talking to him.
Okay, so do you have a supervisor that I can speak with?
Sir, right now, I'm done talking to you.
Sir, I'm part of-
Stand right here. I'm done talking to you. I will take care of you momentarily. Sir, do you have your ID card?
When I was here actually the other day, they didn't ask me for ID.
Okay, so let me explain something to you, sir.
Sure.
Anywhere you go in the state, or any state, you just don't walk around here with no ID.
Respectfully, sir, I just came 2 weeks ago from the New Hampshire State Capitol without producing any ID.
That's New Hampshire.
You
Sir,
say
you
anywhere in the country.
Yeah. Okay, so because the rules are not the same here in Georgia. Okay, this is a whole set
We'll
of
just
rules.
wait here and speak to your
Okay.
supervisor.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, you just hang tight because it's going to be a while.
Okay, no problem.
From now on, as long as I'm working this station right here, I'm going to need some passports, identification, and so forth.
Did you take a sacred oath to uphold the Constitution, sir?
So this is what this is all about. Are you trying to?
We're trying to walk freely.
No. I don't know because you recorded me.
Of course.
I'm trying to ask a serious question.
You recorded me, so you come over here.
To the people's
All right,
building.
Listen. You come over here. Okay, I gave you instructions. Don't question the instructions. Just do what you're told to do.
We have
What you want to
the
do.
sir. We have the
Listen,
right to
listen,
question.
Listen.
You're not.
Here we go.
Sir. You're not. With all due respect, you're not our father, sir.
Okay.
You're a
Do-
public
do
servant,
what
sir.
you- listen,
We're not. I have not been rude to you at any
If I
point,
have to follow the rules,
sir.
you got to follow the rules.
But the thing is,
Don't let myself
the thing is, the rule says that you have to be courteous and professional to the public, and you treated me like shit without me being rude to you in any way, sir. Why would you have that demeanor towards me? If all I did was walk in here and ask a question.
Hey, can you 25 with me over here at the Chelsea Washington? All right, thank you. Hey, and do me a favor. If there's anybody in the guard chat, Okay.
Okay, sir. With all due respect, sir, you're talking about the rules that you have here.
Yes.
Well, the rules say that you have to treat people with respect and dignity. You don't say, move over here, don't question me, like I'm an inmate, sir.
Okay, well,
I'm not in
okay.
jail. I haven't broken the law. I've been more than nice and courteous. Why would you talk to me like I'm some sort of criminal, sir?
This is what I want you to do. Let me see if you follow these instructions. Right now, I'm about to have some people come in. I'm going to need you to step to the side.
Sure, we won't interfere here.
Now, do you see how easy that is, man?
I'm sorry?
You see how easy that is?
Can I speak for 1 second, sir?
You see how easy that is? Without you having any questions, stuff like that.
Well-
You did that
Question, sir.
because I got, Go ahead.
Respectfully.
We don't want to block we don't want to block the traffic, sir.
What is it?
Well, respectfully, sir, this country was created off of disobedience to authority. As a matter of fact,
All right.
I just learned, sir, I let you talk for a minute. Let me just say
Go
one
ahead.
sentence, please. As a matter of fact, sir, you're yelling at us while we're the people that pay for this building. We pay for you to be here.
Sir, okay, got it. I definitely understand that.
Okay, it's just the way. If there's rules, there's rules. But you see, sir, look. Okay, we'll let you take care of these ladies.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, just empty out your pockets, put everything in the bowl. If you have any bags, anything, that's right. Put on the conveyor belt and just come through the scanner. I'm gonna show you how to easily.
Will you talk to her the same way you talk to me?
Okay. Ma'am, do you have a belt on or a watch?
Nope.
Okay, I see what's going on. Okay. So once you retrieve those items, I need to see your driver license or your ID card. Did you put it on the conveyor belt?
You put on your stuff on the conveyor. Then go.
Now he can leave his belt on. I didn't need to see your driver license or your ID card. You come on through, sir. Thank you.
Okay, now. Needs an ID card.
All right. Yeah, and the Capitol Police.
Here's your statement.
All right, man, you good to go?
Thank you.
Here you go, sir. Okay. So we have brochures over here that you can grab. So you can go. You can start with the 4th floor
Okay.
to the museum, and you work your way down, and you start anywhere in the building. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That's how that process works.
Why would you need people's ID? What do you do with that?
Sir, just wait on the proper person to come here.
No problem.
All right?
Because I would love to show them the way that you greeted us.
That's fine.
And by the way, sir,
That's fine.
by the way, there's
Sir, stop talking to me.
no, sir. That's not how it works.
All
You
right.
you need to be you need to be corrected, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll see about that.
And you'll see, sir. By the way, we have thousands watching right now.
That's fine.
Okay, just to know, just to let you know.
Sorry. My job is.
Do you know?
Listen,
Your job is to be courteous and professional, and you yelled at.
With all the constituencies here in this
You
building.
you yelled at. You
That
yelled
is
at.
my job.
You yell. Your job is
Do you
not to
have
yell.
ID?
I do. I don't have.
Do you have ID?
I'm gonna see if he gets in or not because I don't have that here.
I don't have it on me, sir. That's what I'm saying. But you don't need to talk like that to people. You have to show respect if you want to be respected. I wonder what household you grew up in, sir, because that's not the right way to talk to people. Are you a supervisor? Are you a cop? Are you a police officer? You have no rights to treat people like shit, you know? And I bet you anything, sir, that when enough people watch this, what is it, Fraser? Fraser from
Right,
Capitol
make sure you
Hill.
spell it right. Okay.
So Fraser, a lot of people are gonna complain on you, brother. I know. You love complaints. Oh. Guys, well, make sure you call the Georgia State Capitol and let them know how Fraser treats the public upon entering the people's building. You see, we were nothing but courteous and professional as soon as we got here, and he said, you do not question my authority. Just because I asked, why would he need my ID? He was offended. Did you see that? Sir, there's no reason for you to treat us like that. Men treat each other with respect. You want respect, you can ask for something that you're not giving, sir. You understand what I'm saying? I've been nothing but nice to you. We're just waiting for a supervisor. Is he coming?
Right, but you got to step right over here, sir.
Where would you like us to step?
Just step right here. All right.
Sure, is that a lawful order?
Are you a cop?
No, I'm not. I'm a trooper. Come on.
Okay, you're
Let's
not.
go.
A state trooper?
Yeah.
Are you giving me a lawful order?
Yeah, just stand away, sir.
There's a lawful order, okay.
You're giving us lawful orders, and if we don't, what happens?
And that's your brother, man. That you come and help your buddy out. You just stand right here. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just stand right over here this morning.
You know why I'm gonna do? You know why I'm gonna step over there? Because don't you touch me.
I'm not.
Okay, but don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me.
Stand right here.
All right. Sir, with all due respect, you're a dangerous one. You're a dangerous one. Why? Because what job do you get to talk to people like that, sir? And what job? Do you get to say whatever you want to the bosses of this building? People pay your salary.
Let's wait outside.
People pay your salary,
Wait
sir.
outside and talk to the supervisor outside.
Yeah, I'll be there in a second. Sir, do you have anything to say? There's thousands watching. You could apologize like a
Follow
man.
your friend and do the right thing.
What's the right thing? This is
Do the
our.
right thing.
This is the people's building.
Follow your friends and do the right thing.
This is the people's building.
See, there's two rules you need to understand, man.
You know what, sir?
In-
We're gonna
in-
go
in
ahead
this
and.
world,
You know
in
what,
this
sir?
world, yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and leave because you're a dangerous man with a gun.
You're gonna follow the rules. You're gonna do what you're supposed to do. Do what you're supposed to do.
You're dangerous,
Right?
bro.
So it's in the building right now. It's
You're
in the supervisor.
dangerous.
Respectfully, we are going to.
Don't point your finger at me like
I really
that.
appreciate you.
By the way, how do you feel as an African American cop in the South, being a police officer when police officers were actually made to arrest runaway slaves? How do you feel about that?
But that's
Owned.
There you go.
You're loser. Do the walk of shame. Do the walk of shame, cop.
that's fine.
How do you feel? You think you're gonna get away with this? We're gonna complain so much on you. You're gonna be working Walmart security, buddy. I promise.
Sir, the only rule you need to understand is the Constitution and how to treat people with respect. Those are the two tenets of your job. Those are your two rules, sir.
And by the way, we have 100 million views on the internet, punk.
That's fine.
When a state trooper demands your ID in a public government building, stay respectful yet firm. Ask which statute authorizes the demand note, the officer's name and badge, and calmly explain you're exercising your First and Fourth Amendment rights. If refused request to speak with the supervisor, then follow up with a formal complaint or open records request. Documentation and polite persistence safeguard your freedoms everywhere. Having navigated a state trooper's demand, we now find ourselves outside the Northridge Police Department. Back at you today, we're outside Northridge Police Department, where I was illegally trespassed for simply exercising my right to film. After filing a complaint, family members reported rude treatment by the deputy chief. Now we're here to give the department every chance to own up, hear our concerns, and correct their wrongs.
Hello, ma'am. How you doing today?
I'm well. How about you?
Pretty good. I need to speak. A couple weeks ago, I was here, talked to a deputy chief. I can't remember his name.
On vacation.
He's on vacation. Okay. Well, even possibly if I can speak with the chief himself, I had got some calls. A couple of family members of mine said they called and talked to him, and he was very rude and unruly with them. I just want to be able to come in and see what was the matter, and plus check up on the complaint that I filed with you guys just a few weeks ago, the status.
I'll see if he's in. What's your name?
James. I mean, she said she'll see if he's in. I mean, come on, this department, have you guys seen how small this department was? I guarantee you, she knows if he's in or not. So we'll see.
Okay, he's not available right now. Oh, you could email him or call and set up an appointment with him.
Okay, so.
I'm happy to speak with you.
Okay, well, even though he's not available, can I speak to someone that has some type of authority in terms of law enforcement? Because what I'm really trying to do is be able to put this department on notice that I'm getting ready to head over to a spot where I was illegally trespassed, and you guys might get another call, and I'm just trying to let you know that I'm going to be over there. And so, yeah, that's the.
I'll see if a shift commander's here.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, I kind of figured the chief. How rude you guys said he was. Should have known he wasn't gonna want to come out and have a dialogue. These creeps, man. I swear. We'll see though.
Hi.
Shift commander?
No.
Oh, chief. Okay.
What's your name?
James.
James.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to come in and basically have a quick dialogue with you, sir. I had got a couple of calls from a few of my family members. They said they did speak with you about an incident that occurred a couple of weeks ago. I was out here in you guys' town, and I was illegally trespassed from Officer Watts.
You were not illegally trespassed. You were not trespassed. You were warned that you can't be on there. You were warned.
Also, I wasn't trespassed at all.
You were trespassed, yes. You cannot go back there. If you go back there, you'll get arrested, yes.
Okay, so that's...
You go back inside the property, yes.
Inside the property. Okay, so are you aware of the Illinois compiled statutes, man, which is 720 ILS 521, where you can't trespass anyone from a public building during normal business hours? That's the law.
I understand, but that's not a public building. We have documentation, confirmation from the federal government that is not a federal building.
Okay.
They are a leased building. They are private contractors.
Okay.
They pay a lease there. They pay rent.
Okay.
It is not a federal building.
It's not a federal building, so but they do have a contract.
They are not. They do not work for the federal government. They contract for them.
That's correct. So my thing is this: we understand that the building itself isn't public.
Every worker
We understand
is not
that.
a federal worker.
Okay, we understand that the building itself is not public, but the entity is, not the structure of the building. I mean, seriously,
I
Chief.
understand. I'm telling you this, okay? You can feel what you want to feel.
No, I'm telling you the law.
No, you're not.
That's not the
You're
law.
not telling me the accurate law, okay? It is a private building. They are not federal workers. It is not a federal building. It is not like this.
Okay.
Here, this is public.
That's correct.
Okay? It is not like that.
Okay, so in our reality, that place where I was trespassed, you're telling me that they don't offer anything in terms of services to the public. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. You have to have an appointment to go there. You have to be directed to go there, and that's what they're there for. They are not federal workers. It is not a federal building.
Well, if you look on their website, it says that they're I'm saying
I understand.
It says government office.
I understand why you may think that.
Because it says government office. I can show it to you if you're willing to look at it.
I do not need to see it because I looked it up. But I also spoke with Department of Homeland Security, and it's not a federal building.
And I spoke to FPS as well.
Okay.
I spoke to Federal Protective Services, and they did say that is a government office.
Okay.
So how do we?
Then I guess we have opposing views, and here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
And I don't want this to happen.
Okay.
Okay. If you go there and they
Okay.
tell you to leave, and they call us,
Right.
and you refuse to leave,
Right.
we will arrest you for trespassing.
So you're going to go
hold
against
on.
the Illinois
Hold
compiled
on.
statute?
Can I finish?
Okay. Are you going to allow me to finish?
I did.
No, I'm
And I
saying.
was speaking.
No, I'm saying
And I was
after you
speaking.
speak. After you
Yeah,
speak.
yes,
Okay.
100%,
Okay. Cool.
100%.
Okay.
We will arrest you.
Okay.
Then you will go to court.
Okay.
And you will go before the judge.
Okay.
And you will get to plead your case.
Okay.
Okay. And that's how it will probably go. I don't want it to go that way. Okay. I don't understand why you feel the need for it to go that way. You went there. Okay. They're not doing anything there. They take fingerprints and they take biometrics for the federal government, for people who are going for immigration status.
That's
okay?
correct.
They are private contractors. They are not federal workers.
Okay.
It is not a federal building. Therefore, you are not allowed in there without an appointment.
Okay. Now, are you going to allow me?
100%.
Okay. Now, I understand your opinion on it.
That's fact.
Okay, so my thing is this: even if the building itself is not federal, once you contract with the government, that entity becomes public property, sir. I'm surprised and shocked that you don't know that part.
Okay, whatever.
You're nonchalant about it, Chief, and you should be more professional, sir.
I'm not nonchalant about it. I understand the law. I know what the law is. And so you're going to do what you're going to do.
Right.
Okay? We'll do what we have to
So,
do.
so under threat of arrest from the
No,
chief,
hold on, time out.
Oh.
Do not say that because I did not threaten you.
you just told me if I go back,
That's not a threat.
that is,
That
sir.
is not a threat.
What would you call it?
I call that facts.
It's still a threat. It's under. I will be under duress.
Because I'm trying to tell you, okay, what's going to happen. I don't want it to go that way. Nobody wants it to go that way. You don't want it to go that way, do you?
I want to be able to exercise my rights, though.
Okay, and you did that. You went in there. You saw that nothing's going on in there.
Well, I didn't because I was interrupted by the police department.
It is not a public building. Period.
I think it is, and obviously I've been told that it is. And if you go on the website again, you would see that it says government office. Government office means what? Public property.
No, that's not.
It's just you guys trying to enforce your will
But
upon the citizen.
Okay, here. This is a public building, right?
That's correct.
Okay, can you go back behind that door?
No, it's restricted.
Okay.
You need a key card, though, right?
There you go.
Do you need a key card?
Yeah.
Just right here, you need to punch. So of course it's restricted.
Okay.
That door wasn't restricted.
Okay, you need an
so
appointment.
that was a
You need
bad
an
example.
appointment. No, it says right on the door you need an appointment. Appointment only. Okay? Do you have an appointment to go there?
I don't
An
need
appointment to go there.
one to walk into a public building, sir. That's just a policy. Are you guys law enforcement or policy enforcement? And then you use rude to a lot of my family members, Chief. That was very unprofessional of you. Well, they're not lying to me.
I didn't say they were. I just said I wasn't.
A couple of them said that you said that guy is not a journalist. He's just somebody that sues people. And
Are you a journalist?
Obviously you make the statement.
Are you a journalist?
Of course I am. I'm an investigative journalist. And now we're going to put Norridge under a lot of scrutiny.
Where are your credentials?
Who issues?
Journalistic credentials.
Who issues them?
Well, then how do I know you're a journalist?
But who issues credentials?
Because you say you're a journalist?
Yes, that's correct. But it's freedom of press, sir.
Okay.
You the chief. I know you've been on the force.
What
'Cause
what does that matter?
Because you should know about the Constitution, sir. If you swore an oath to uphold it.
Constitution. I asked who you work for.
Well, I don't need to work for anyone if it's freedom of press, sir.
So I can say that I'm a journalist?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, not in your official capacity, you can't.
No, I couldn't do that.
In your individual capacity, you could. So yeah, it's freedom of press, First Amendment, something you guys should uphold. But Officer Watts and two other officers that day and friends know my rights.
They
They definitely did.
Your opinion?
They definitely did. I'm definitely going to go through with it all. I'm going to go all the way, Chief. I'm not going to never go away because my rights were infringed on.
Listen, I don't want you to go away. That's not what I'm asking here. Okay, I'm not asking for you to go away.
Okay.
I'm asking you to have a little understanding and understand that what you're saying is you are misunderstanding what that building is. Okay.
We just got different opinions.
Agreed. And again, the only way that's going to get solved,
Right.
is either one of a couple of different ways, right?
That's correct.
One, I agree with you.
Right.
I don't. Okay. Two, you agree with me. You're not going to, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Three, if you go there and they ask you to leave and you refuse to leave, okay, you may be arrested for trespassing.
Even if I'm in there conducting business.
Well, what do you mean by business?
I'm in there conducting business. I'm in there. I have official business to conduct there.
What would be your official business?
Well, I don't need to convey it to you.
No, but I mean,
It's irrelevant what it is. I have it.
Do you have an appointment to be there?
That's irrelevant as well. I have business. If I'm telling you I have official business, I don't have to disclose it to you.
If they don't agree that you have official business there,
Right.
Okay? Because official business to me would be you were sent there to get your fingerprints taken or your biometrics taken, which is what they do there, okay?
Right.
If you're not there for that reason, if you're there acting as a journalist,
That's correct.
okay, and you don't have an appointment to be there and it's not a public building,
Right.
okay, then you could be arrested for trespassing.
Just like you guys have pamphlets and stuff on the walls and stuff like that that's available to the public and services or whatever type of correspondences.
Because this is a public venue.
See, that's where we're messing up at. And it's going to come down. Now it's going to personally probably come down on you, Chief, because you're sanctioning it from security liability. You're allowing your officers to infringe on the citizens' rights.
I have a busy day.
I don't believe that. I'm just coming to being honest. I don't believe, because obviously the young lady just said you wasn't available, then you came out here.
I made myself available.
Okay.
Because you said you were going to go violate the law. So I came out here to
No, I didn't say I was going to violate the law. I just said I was going to go back and exercise my rights.
Which you were trespassed from being there. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this: how long was it? How long was the trespass? Because I didn't go to court or anything. No judge sanctioned a time frame.
It's a verbal trespass.
Indefinitely, is it, Chief? Oh,
if they don't want you there, okay,
Right.
you can't be there.
I'm hearing what
They
you're
don't
saying, but do
want
you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was trespassed today, how long was the duration?
Until they want you back.
So how do we know? I have to go back, right?
No.
Then how would I be able to?
Call 'em.
Come on, man. Come on, Chief. Come on, man.
You go there, you do what you got to do. If that's what you feel like you need to do and want to do, okay? And then we'll do what we feel like we have to do and need to do, okay? But I'm asking you, you know, man to man, you know, okay? What's the point? What are we getting?
You know what? You know what the point is? To be
No,
perfect,
I don't.
to be
I really
perfectly
don't.
honest with you,
I
I'm gonna
really
be
don't.
perfectly honest with you. It's a disconnect already between citizens and officers, and this is the reason why.
100% disagree with you there.
Really?
You go knock on any door here, talk to any citizen, and you will find out that we have one of the best relationships with our citizens in this town here.
In Norridge.
In Norridge, absolutely, 100%.
I find that very hard to believe.
Knock on any door, find out.
I guarantee, because if
Do some journalistic, investigative skills. Talk to the citizens.
I would love to.
Don't go to some building. Go to the mall. Talk to the people at the mall. Walk around the streets. Talk to the people on the streets. Don't go bother some people that are just trying to work and do their job.
Well, that's just it. We have a right. See, you ever heard of ACLU versus Alvarez in the state of Illinois?
Whatever.
I'm saying, you see,
I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of it.
I'm
but
making a point.
I probably know this, the basics of the case, but I don't know it.
Okay, so let me just tell you the basics of it then. The basics of the case is the state Supreme Court of Illinois says we as citizens have a right to film public officials in the course of their duties. That's
They're
what
not public officials. They're
Come on.
contractors. They are contractors. They are not public officials.
Once you contract with the government, it makes it public property.
We're done. We're going round and round here.
I'm gonna grab a for you, and I'm gonna forward your entire jacket and your discipline, because I can guarantee it's a lot of complaints on you.
I can guarantee you there's not.
I guarantee you that. If it ain't, you're probably gonna get rid of
I can
it.
guarantee
So
you
I
there's
can't
not.
see it.
Listen.
Cause we definitely gonna expose you, Chief. I'm gonna let you know I'm here to.
100%. Hey, I'm here for your exposure.
I
Okay?
hope, wish and
Feel
pray
free.
so. But it's gonna come down on you
I will
personally.
Open up my jacket to you. I got no problem with that because I have nothing in my file.
See, I understand that you guys not really afraid because you got qualified immunity. But when laws are well established, that goes out the window. And these laws are well established. Just can't violate them.
Okay, we'll get you that for you.
All right, for sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
When you face wrongful trespass or rough treatment document, every interaction names, dates recordings, then exhaust internal remedies, follow up on your complaint request meetings with supervisors, contact the mayor's office, and file FOIA or public records requests. Respectful persistence keeps officials accountable and ensures your rights stay protected. After pursuing every internal remedy, we find ourselves back at Northridge PD, where Sergeant Willits once led an unlawful trespass arrest, costing taxpayers and trampling citizens' rights. Now we're shining a light on a 2014 lawsuit officers, including Sergeant Willits and Officer Rayball, forcibly cuffed Denise and Ronald Sheridan with no criminal basis, only to have charges dropped and the city quietly settle. It's time to ask who holds the police accountable.
What is going down, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. We got Sergeant Willits, Kyle Willits. You remember him from the City Hall video where the citizen was unlawfully arrested and acquitted of all charges. See how that worked out. Didn't work out too good for this guy right here. Violating citizens' rights, costing the taxpayers money. But you can clearly see he don't give a damn. I guess there's no accountability for the Schenectady Police Department. If anything, they promote you. And then we got PJ Barrett, I believe it is. Never really had any interactions with him other than a report, if I remember correctly, at the station. Guy was professional, respectful, everything you would want in an officer, for sure. So is there anything you would like to say about that arrest, unlawful arrest? Because you know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You guys watch my channel, so I'm sure you guys already know. That's why it's important to film. You know, if I was the sergeant that day at the city hall, I would have been like, hey, let me see the video footage because we were clearly recording. I would have been like, you know what, let me see the footage before I make any decisions. Instead, he went with Christopher Caldwell's statement and they just trespassed us. That's how that worked. Without committing any crime or anything, we didn't do anything wrong for anyone to tell us to leave. But the best thing about it is that no one even told us to leave. He just took Christopher Caldwell's word. He should have been like, hey, do you mind stopping the recording, Mr. Castillo? Let me take a look at it, because you guys are telling me that no one told you to leave. But instead, what we do, we just take another man's word for it, right? Just guilty. Is it because he was a special police officer? Is that why you took his word? He was law enforcement just like you? That's disappointing, man. Because you seem like you could be a sensible person, a good person at that. But I'm not talking about if you are good as a person. We're talking about how you conduct yourself and the decisions you make when you're wearing that uniform. Because if I was you, I would be disgusted with myself. The next time I had a similar situation, you know what I would do? I would do a proper investigation. You know what I mean? Not just hear one person's side and then the other person's side. When you know that there's valuable evidence of recording. I was recording the whole time, just like right now. Why wouldn't you want to look at that footage, right? All right. Hopefully it was just a mistake, a dumbass mistake that you won't make again, right? You won't make that mistake again, right? I don't think you will, because you can't even look at me. And you know you're wrong. And you know what's funny? I can go right now. The citizen that you arrested unlawfully, I can go get him right now. We do a whole interview in front of you. Would you apologize to them if I go and get them? Would you apologize? Would you apologize to me? Huh? Because my rights were violated. Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself, Willits. This right here is Officer Rayball. I can't remember his first name. I'll make sure I put it in the video, of course, naturally. But he's here as well, ladies and gents. And I just confirmed that that he is the person in this picture. I got a picture. I'm gonna put it up for you so you can see what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. But this happened in 2017. It says a couple sued Schenectady police for false arrest, right? And the couple is Denise and Ronald Sheridan, okay? And according to the suit, because there was a lawsuit that the city just recently settled, okay, if I remember correctly. So it says, according to the suit, city police showed up at the Sheridan home just before 5 p.m., September 18th, 2014, looking for a fugitive. The fugitive was not at the home, and police then found the man walking down the street. They chased and arrested him. The video provided, made available to the Daily Gazette, because that's what I'm reading, the article from the Daily Gazette, appears to pick up after that. After arresting the man, officers returned to the Sheridan house, physically manipulated Denise Sheridan, which is the wife, and placed her into custody. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, having committed no crime nor given any reason for such action, the suit reads. So you can see for yourself, well, you'll see for yourself, but you can hear. He was one of the officers involved. I want to say there was maybe like 12. I'm not sure. I'm going to make sure I put everything in the description. That way it's accurate. You can read it. Because I don't know how Officer Rayball is as a person. I don't. Because there was so many people there. But he is the person that's actually physically handling one of the suspects. Which one was it? Richard? Ronald. Excuse me, Ronald. He was actually holding Ronald. The Daily Gazette took a picture of it and everything. Rayball's on the cover. So he was a star for a second. Just for a second. Police took her, which is Denise, to the police station and ultimately released her without charging her with a damn thing. Didn't even charge her, they just took her. Kidnapping, isn't that what that's called? Kidnapping? The suit alleges the same for Ronald Sheridan. Police charged him with the crime, but the charge was later dismissed. In the interest of justice. In the interest of justice. Damn. Whose decision was that? Probably the prosecutors, right? The suit names the city of Schenectady, 4 officers by name, and all other officers present as defendants. The other officers are described by their position in the video. Among the officers named as defendant is current Chief of Police Eric Clifford. Right? Oh, wait until I see him. I'm gonna see if we could do an interview with this shit. Damn. The Chief of Police, huh? I think he was lieutenant at that time, right? I think he was. City Corporation Counsel Carl Falatico, who is now a judge, said this week he hadn't seen the suit or the video and couldn't comment. The Sheridans claim false and unlawful arrest, as well as failure by the department to properly investigate a police misconduct complaint Denise Sheridan made 2 months after the incident. So you guys, they complained against you motherfuckers and you didn't do nothing, right? Y'all didn't do nothing. Internal Affairs, they back you guys up, right? The couple seeks unspecified punitive damages. The 3-minute-long video shows officers approach a woman in a driveway, restrain her, and place her in handcuffs on the lawn like a fucking animal. Here, sit down. Right? Is that how it is? I'm trying to reenact it properly. Officers pick her up off the lawn and she appears to cry out in pain. So you guys are hurting this woman, charging her with nothing, violating her rights, kidnapping her to the police station for what? To let her go. Disgusting, man. Do you know any of this? Do you know any of this? Because you were there. You were there, Officer Rayball. You guys didn't talk about none of this? I'm reading the truth. It's a settlement. The city settled. Why would they settle if there wasn't truth to it? The cost of litigation? But what does it cost you? But what does it cost you? Nothing, right? Can you say that again, please? I want to hear that again. Nothing, right? It costs you nothing. And that's a problem. Why is it? Why doesn't it cost you anything? Can you tell me that? Do you know that?
I wasn't named in that lawsuit.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
You positive? Because I'm going to look it up. That's why I'm giving you the opportunity to talk about it, because you're one of the arresting officers, right?
No.
You sure? So why would the picture show you bringing Ronald Sheridan to a police car from what it looked like?
I'm sure you'll get all that info.
I'm trying to get it from you, man. Everything's done and over with, right?
I'm not involved in it, so.
No, you are. The picture shows, tells a different story, man. I'm just saying. Well, here's, you could tell your side of the story, because you just said it doesn't tell the full story. This is your chance. You good? All right, I'm going to keep reading then, player. Oh, man. All right, so it says a man in a yellow shirt is seen running back onto the home's porch, and officers there grab him and appear to take him to the porch floor. That man is identified in the suit as Ronald Sheridan. 2 officers then walked the man down the porch stairs and near the videographer. So there was someone recording, right? Just like how I'm doing right now, right? Exercising their rights. There was someone recording. And what you guys do to him? You could tell your boy, the Sergeant Willits, that you're still here. He took a peek around the corner, man, make sure he was good. So there was somebody recording, wasn't they? And what you guys do? Yoked him up, huh? Specifically who? Eric Clifford, right? Who was lieutenant at that time, now chief of police. But let me continue. Ronald Sheridan can be heard describing what happened on the porch. Quote, "This guy right here punched me right in the head." End quote. So who punched him in the head? Because you was there for it. Was you not? You want to tell me who punched him in the head? Interesting. A second man is also being led off the porch, apparently in custody. Clifford appears on the video about halfway in and addresses the videographer. Clifford, someone who should know better, especially now that they're chief of police, who by that point has moved across the street to the sidewalk near the house. They were on public property. the sidewalk. Quote, and this is from Clifford. This kid is under arrest for resisting arrest. I'll have to take that as evidence if you don't keep going. So all because he was filming, he was threatened that he would be arrested. Clifford says, you better keep going, man, or you're going to get arrested. You're going to have a bad day. Something like that, right? I'm an innocent bystander, is what the videographer says. That's what he said, the citizen, regardless if he's a videographer or not. I'm just an innocent bystander. Please don't hurt me, officers. Please don't violate my rights, officers. I thought you were here to protect and serve me, officers. I thought you were here to enforce the law, officers. The attorney, Arthur Frost, he was the one that won. How much did he win? How much did they win, huh? We gotta see this. Trying to remember if it was like $500,000 or something. I can't remember. Which one you think? You remember the amount? Okay. Well, I'll make sure I look it up and put it in the description. That's crazy. Because I was looking at the article and I saw your picture and I'm like, yo, that's Ray Ball. That's Ray Ball. That's crazy. That's Ray Ball costing the city money. Him and Eric Clifford and all the other people that was on the lawsuit.
When police misconduct occurs, unlawful arrests, broken oaths, citizens must record every step, collect names, dates, and footage, file formal complaints, and follow up on settlements. Accountability demands our vigilance. By documenting and demanding answers, we ensure officers like Willits and Rayball face scrutiny and that justice truly serves the public.